Hey there, everybody. I'm Joe Crawford of artlearn.com. Every day or thereabouts, I go to CSSBattle.dev and do the daily target, and I take a video of it. Let's go there now. And ooh, I kind of like that. So if we had a font, how would this work? Can we create an element with the capital letter E that's, what is it, color, there's the letter E, fonts, we can't really do this. Font family, system UI, probably, yeah. And then what if we scaled it 10. Ooh, it's not working. Scale's not working, is it? 10. I don't know why that's not scaling. That's really interesting. I think that should work. Background yellow. Okay. Let's do a width. Sorry, this is a version 4. Let's do it 4 characters wide and a height of, oh, it might be working just because of the origin. So height of 4ch as well. All right, so there's our goofy element. Let's do a font weight. This is all terrible. I'm not going to do this really, but it's kind of fun. For font weight 800. So there's kind of a bold thing. So let's scale. I guess we could just do font size. Font size 20 pixels, 100 pixels. Okay, 2. So there's your E. This is what I was getting at. And then we do a scale 2. And we don't see anything. And the reason is what? 2, 1. Yeah, we just don't see anything. Oh, okay, so there, 3, 4. Oh, because of our transform origin. So this is just a little bit of a lesson about transform origin. 0, and let's make this what? 2, 2, and the width is 1. And now our scale is working. 3. So there's our ridiculous E. I believe we could do a stroke width, which would kind of work with this. Transfer origin, 50%. No, it would be 0, 50%. So this is the kind of goofy thing that I like. Let's what do we got? But already we see, you know, it's goofy. Margin 0, padding 0, line height 1. But you can see it kind of would work a little. Like we can make some of that shape. 3.1.2. And then the height would be 2. So there's your big E. All of that is very, very silly. All of which is to say, let's do it the proper way. Or do some kind of a proper way. Actually, we want to do blank template. So we are going to use a paragraph element. However, we're not going to quite do that. So, what are the pieces? What are the pieces and parts? We'll put white on the background, this particular FE, F7, F5. And I think that the it's just creating the shapes. Excuse me, just making some shapes, Joe. Let's make some shapes. So 3, yes, so there's 30, and then margin 2, 3, and then this height is 22. So is the way to do this, so border solid, and let's set a color. Solid 20 pixels. And unset a background. Up. See, we have these things which do look like the edges of boxes, but it's just not very cozy to do it like this. So what this has me thinking is this is I didn't intend this to be so difficult, but clearly that's where I'm at. Let's just make some repeating gradients. Like, I think that's actually the best call. Well, there's many best calls, but using the nested template, so we'll stretch and squish the body element to do exactly what we want. 22. So 22, great. And then let's do a linear gradient, which is it. Blue. And we're going to use this linear gradient several times. 20 pixels, 0. And this is our vertical, or horizontal, or we'll just call it A. And here we go. Var A is at 0, 0, and then has a height of 100 pixels, or actually has a height of 1%, and then it's 100 pixels tall. 110, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I don't know if you can see that. You can't quite see that. 220. There's that. And then we're going to do it again. Yes. This one, it's just not quite regular, is it? Just not quite regular enough. So even if I set this and say 0, 40 pixels, 1%, 50 pixels, like I can get, I'm gonna have a hard time finding a height that's gonna give me everything that I want. 4, 5, 6, 4. Yeah, because of the irregularity there, right? Like that's the tricky issue. So then we kind of see maybe what we want is a very specific linear gradient. Maybe we want just not happy with anything. Just not happy with anything today. I'm starting again. Starting again. How many times can I restart and not finish this thing? And I think we got 22. No, that's not right. 32. No, 30. Let's set the background color correctly. Okay. So let's say we're going to set the color of the page. Let's do everything with borders. Color is this blue. And then for each of these, say border, solid, border width, 20 pixels, 0, 0. Height, 40. So that's one way to do that. And then we've got these margins, but we're going to need margins on each one of these elements. So 30, 20, 22, 30, 22. Okay, great. And then the next one is B. let's do border width of that guy is going to be 0, 0, 20 pixels, 20 pixels. And then the margins, 0, 40. 22. No, 0, 22, 0, 50. And then we need a negative margin here, minus 20. Actually, you know what we want to do? We want to zero that out. We want to make it so that this aligns exactly perfectly with the other one. 100, what, 90? 90. Okay, now we're going to put this margin in place. And we're going to say 30, 20, 40, 60, 70, 2, and then 3, 4, 6, 7. Oh, and that's because that's not what I want, is it? What I want is 20 pixels, 0, 0, 20 pixels. That's what I actually want there. And that's perfect. That's got what I want. This next one is very similar. So let's make the B plus B. B plus B is got actually got the same margins, but it's got different border widths. So it's got these border widths, but flipped. So 0, 20 pixels, 20 pixels, 0. There it is. Or is that correct? No, that is not correct. What I wanted was what, 20 pixels, 20 pixels, 0, 0. And I'm sure that there are patterns emerging here that I'm not seeing. Six. And then this needs some margins, margin. So I'm going to copy these same margins, and then I think this one gets increased. 42, 52, 50, 54. Oh, so interesting. Look at that. Has that got a different width? I think that's a different width. If so, that's really interesting. Is it 19? It's 18. Look at that. That's a fun one. So I think we're going to call this a C. C, because we just changed everything on that guy. So we're just going to call that C instead. And now we're going to say, I bet these two are similar. So C plus C is what scale? Like that? Maybe. And then if I change this margin to be, I bet I need to change these margins anyway. Any which way, there's lots of interlocking margins that are going to be a problem. 50. There it is. Wow. So it's a lot going on here, huh? Is any of this really good? No, not really. And how about we just call it D? Mm-hmm. Okay, and then we'll just change this margin. What are those margins? And is it time to change the, well, do I need to flip it? Yeah, so the scale -1 kind of does that. But then I still need the margins. Margin, 0. So now I'm going to copy and paste these margins. Kind of does it. Or do I need the height to be changed? I think I need the height to be changed. Or 4, 5, 6, 7. That'll do it. Oh, look at that. So that kind of works, but it kind of doesn't. And I think that means that this margin is no good. Okay, and then we need a last one. There it is. Great. So if I can put that guy, and I kind of have it, don't I? Can I flip him upside down? There it is. That's not too bad. Let's submit. Make sure we're at 100%. So pretty manual. Not as much fun as the stretching a capital letter E. Certainly very specific. Let's minify and unit replace. And so resubmit. And that's a final score for that technique. I definitely have a strong impulse to see about other techniques. So yeah, so okay, so that's that. So let's try the nested template again. And we saw that was 22, I think is what we saw. Let's just make sure that covers the whole thing. We say, I mean, there were exotic ways to do this, like click path or other goofy techniques like that. We could also use a mask. Would be kind of an interesting way to go. We could do all those techniques. Is there anything to gain with that? Not really. What if we did? Let's, because we get some of it for free if we do a border 20 pixels solid. Like, that's a lot. That's actually quite a bit. Now, it's no good. Border. So here's border block. 20 pixels. Okay. Then we do red. So we could do what? We could see, there's no regular. If we do what? 2, 3, 1, 3. So I could do a linear gradient. Oh no, is it my friend the conic gradient? So let's put pink in the background. And rather than do the blue, we will do white. Is that interesting? I think that's a little interesting. We end up, so let's do a box shadow inset. Box shadow inset 0, no, 40 pixels, 0. So there's your box shadow. And then if I set that to a color, I will solidify. So boom, now I have that. Now, a conic gradient now is kind of interesting. No, it doesn't give me the regular thing that I want. Oh, that's the idea was a conic gradient, so I would do transparent 75%, and then this white color. And then I need something in the background so that I can see what I'm doing. Okay. So if I do that, then it's the conic gradient is at 80 pixels, 20 pixels, 200, 300. Okay. 320. And then if I give that 0, 0, 100%, 90 pixels, 90, 130, 40, 60, 50, 50, 60, 70, 80. And I've got that. And the fact that I can't reuse that guy because it's not tall enough, I would need to do it 3 times. And I would need to not repeat it. Yeah, it's not very pretty. I don't care. Conic gradient. We're just going to follow the thread wherever it takes us. At 320 pixels, actually it's going to be less, 300 pixels, 0, 0, 100%, 20 pixels. And it's going to be the same pattern. And I'm missing a comma. There it is. So there's that thing. And actually, it only does it repeat once. So it doesn't have a vertical offset. Clump at 300 pixels, and it's probably 40 pixels tall. And then I need to move it down 50, 60, 70, maybe 60. 60 is correct. No, 70, 80. 80 pixels, and this is at 29. No, 29, 29. There we go. Now I got that. Basically, I'm carving out the E, and you can see that this is not terrifically efficient. Does that bother me right now? No, not really. We're kind of in for a penny, in for a pound as far as that goes. Can I reuse this guy? Maybe I can actually. So if I put this guy into a variable, -c, and we call that -c bar. Great. Oh, another one of him. Now I don't see him because he's vertically in the wrong position. We say no. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. See what I did there? 7. Oh, that's kind of interesting. There he is. $50, $60, $70, $80, $90, $100, and there it is. Kind of. But it still leaves a little bit of a mess, doesn't it? Oh, it's so close. So then we can do linear gradient from the side. There's your blue. And 80%. And there's your color stop. 90%. Oh, 91%. 88%. 89. 90. 91. 92. No, that's not good. How about 200 pixels? 300 pixels. 310 pixels. 308 pixels. And there it is. So now we've just got that left. Just. So I need another linear gradient. This one is just a standard linear gradient. And we've got blue, transparent, and then that blue again. So like 30. And there it is. Ooh, we got some interesting offsets there. I think because of the conic gradients, that sometimes you see a diff related to the conic gradients. It's a little bit odd. So that's 100% match as well. That is a really goofy solution. It is how many gradients? How many gradients? It's a lot. So we got a border. We didn't use mask, to be sure. We didn't use clip path, but we did use borders. Border block, right? So top and bottom borders. We used a box shadow inset. That's this part of the thing there. There it is. And then the conic gradient 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gradients. So 5 gradients to create all the internal shapes there. Minify, unit replace. Highly goofy solution, as I said. There are other ways to do this, obviously, quite obviously. One thing that I didn't do would be what would it be? I mean, the whole point of these guys and we got that one is to replicate this in some interesting ways, right? So write as little as code as possible. And I guess there are box shadows, external box shadows that could do some of this, but you still end up having to cover things in interesting ways because of the way things are shaped. And so you got to use a mask or a clip path or something to eliminate because of the different widths of the various elements. I think I'm done. And we have some 100% solutions. 100%, the biggest one is, the best one is this one, the best one, which has got a lot of margins, a lot of repetition. Oh, so much repetition. Not efficient at all. It doesn't feel like 368 colors with characters, but of course it is. It's a lot of characters. I bet there's great ways to do this. Hope you're having fun out there. Take care on this weekend as the week starts. I hope you are well. Take care of yourself, take care of each other, and go make a webpage. And see you again tomorrow.